Alrighty, welcome to episode number 133 of Divinity Original Sin Part 1, the Enhanced Edition. So we are inside Maradino's secret lair. We found the key to open the door that requires the unlock. We also found the second part for the bow. We haven't found the first part, and after a little digging, I found that I missed this part. So at this point, I'm going to go back to where it's supposedly at, and that would be in Heiberheim, somewhere around here. We'll come back to this part. While I got this in my mind, I want to go ahead and go to it. So it's supposedly in here, the area with the elemental forge. Not sure how I missed it, but or maybe I did pick it up and sold it on accident. That could even be a what happened. There is every possibility that I picked it up and sold it. Which would require an extensive search. How is Sua still here? I thought he disappeared. Huh. Maybe it's not here.
All is well then, Source Hunter. How pleased I am to have been of service to you. Good luck in your many endeavors, and remember, you'll always find welcome in the Summer Kingdom.
So he came back here. Wow, and he's got stuff. I wonder, is he a vendor now? Did he turn into a vendor? Huh. I'm gonna have to check in on this guy. Oh. What? Oh, now he disappeared. Well, that's gonna have to be different then. So I don't see what I'm looking for. Oh, there's a chest over here, too. Oh my god, that's not what we want. Ah, that might be it right here. Okay. So, now that we know the Elemental King's back here, that changes things. He just disappears after that. I thought he disappeared from the game when we dealt with him the first time. But he's back, and he had a better bow armor just now. Hopefully it's still bow armor. I'm gonna be pissed if it changes now. And since he disappeared, I wonder if it's better to try to attack him. I know the other two elementals I tried to attack before they left and it wouldn't let me do it. So I got a feeling I'm not going to be able to attack them. But we'll try it. I mean, we'll give it a shot. And you know, I obviously I found this before. I just didn't. It didn't like have the message and tell me that it was there. Okay.
Ooh.
Alright, so we have another chest up here that I completely missed. And I guess I should hop in my gear again. Yeah, I really wish they allowed you to have sets, man. So you could avoid doing stuff like this. 10. Obviously, most players wouldn't play the game like this, but to me, you know, this is annoying. Cleansing waters. Well, that would have been nice to have. Give that to her because I don't know if we're gonna use it again somewhere else at some point in time. Dead Decapitator Scroll. We'll go ahead and stick that to her because once again I might want to go back and redo that. Right. Okay, so it's better to have the initiative and the telekinesis, so that can go away. Bartering boots. Sell all that food off too. Alright, Adventurer's Field Guide 1 and 2, 2 and 20. A hunting handbook concerned with all of the possible and several impossible ways there are to skin a cat. The Adventurer's Field Guide. When worst comes to worst and you're down to your last pair of breeches, don't forget where leather comes from. Animals. Strip their hides and use your knife to turn them into something useful. Okay. Man, I really didn't think he would be in here. Get up here.
I needed that.
Alright. Interesting.
Maximum bow tension. A lucky break.
That's unfortunate.
tentacles!
He's very resilient to everything that I am doing. And I mean everything I am doing.
One bolt is never enough.
Meet your demise!
What? What?
Never rains, but it pours, eh?
What is this?
As good as a new penny!
What?
I feel better already!
Are you kidding me? Wow, this seems really bugged, huh? Should do that first.
Time for you to slow down.
Stand strong, strike harder! Feeling hot under the collar?
Cold hands, cold heart.
Lunging assault! Breaking bones!
Okay, so we got XP one time.
I'm burning!
We got XP one time. He dropped his equipment.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
What a deluge!
So... I got a feeling it's gonna let me do this again.
Quite the scuffle that was, Hunter. Invigorating, really. but don't think there will ever be a true end for the Lord of Fire and Summer.
So, yeah, okay. Now, can I pickpocket him? This turned out to be completely different than I thought it was going to be. I mean, that's 5,000 experience. I can't pickpocket him. Roderick stole one. Okay.
All is well then, Source Hunter. How pleased I am to have been of service to you. Good luck in your many endeavors, and remember, you'll always find welcome in the Summer Kingdom.
Huh. Interesting. But I can't pickpocket him now. Well, that's... Well, okay. Well, that's 5,000 XP that I did not expect to get. That's for damn sure. And I ended up picking this up somehow. I wonder if it just randomly pickpocketed an item from him when I did that. It seems like that's what it did, didn't it? It really seems like that's what it did. And
Now this is valuable.
it changed because when I first looked at him, he had a bow piece here, remember? And I found this in the box, but he also had another bow piece. Huh. That was very weird. I must say, that was not how I thought that was going to go. One intelligence, one immunity to frozen. So, huh. I could not pickpocket him for the life of me there. Okay. Alright, so we found the bowstring. A loosely spiraled coil of treated sinew ready to be knotted and half hitched to any bow branch. Alright, so let's get this out of there, this out of there. So let's go ahead and get into our gear just in case we need to do that. And we will combine that with that. Alright. Go ahead and combine that with that. Send that over to Scarlet for perusal. Weird. Anyway. What does Scarlet think about this? Well, significantly more damage. We can mod that. 50% chance to set lowered armor for 2 turns. You lose the speed, but you get a dex. Lore master not important. A superior bow crafted with high quality wood and taught sinew. It won't let you down in a skirmish. Aside from the speed, we lose an action point. I don't think it's worth losing an action point over. Alright, well, that's that. That was an interesting diversion from the scheduled program.
Into the fray once more.
But, well, worth it. I mean, I wouldn't have known to even come back here,
that.
honestly. You know, that reminds me, we never did figure out what happened to that Legend of the
On the
Warship.
mend!
Piece of parchment. Okay. Can be found in the Cave of Portals. Alright, I have no idea where the Cave of Portals is. Okay, so we're heading back then to Aquila Forest. I guess Goblin Village is the closest. Okay. 5,000 XP to the good. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll come this way. And find our hatch. Which was there's a chest over there. Alright, up here. Oh, I put the pyramid down, did I not? Where did I put the pyramid? Where is the pyramid at? Oh, she has. Okay. Okay, so the king of the fire elementals didn't care that we tried to kill him. He just came straight back. And then when we tried to pick the loot off the ground, he got aggro again. And I guess they foresaw that they didn't really want an infinite XP loop there. So that's what that was about. Why are you guys taking so long to get in this hell? Come on. Get in there. Alright, so now we're back here. Alright. And we should have the key to this now. Everybody should be happy. Go ahead and let her walk in here again. If we can't, let's go ahead and make another save here.
Wizard study, is it? I doubt he'll mind if we help ourselves to any goodies he might have left behind.
I don't see anyone here to stop us in any case.
Meridino loves to read, but you've got to be quite sharp to find his secret literature.
Quite sharp to find his secret literature.
Your grave opens to welcome you!
I mean, all we can do is attack these. You can't talk to them. Alright, I'm assuming they're going to aggro on top of us all, but let's take a stroll around here maybe. No, don't hit him. Okay, so there's a chamber behind there. So they don't aggro, huh? Okay. The Witch and the Beast. Meridino's Cold Bones. Can't reach that. Damn it. Weresheep recipe. A recipe describing how to forge weresheep armor.
Nothing but rubbish.
Latest research. Miradino and the Matchbox. Book. Oh, damn it! Miradino's Stormy Nights. I can't touch the book. Miradino's Devouring Greed. Miradino's Heavy Rains. That book that just doesn't want to be picked up. Okay. Shit. Okay. So I guess that means we are done with the searching part of this. Okay. Alright. Let us dig in here and see what we have discovered. Soul sap. What did I do with did I already get soul sap on her? I do. Did I ever put it on the hotbar? What does soul sap look like? I don't think I ever put the damn thing on the hotbar. I didn't. Jesus. Alright, soul sap. Okay, I think I might just start holding on to all these spell books just in case. You never know when I'm going to decide to get a hair up my ass to respec everything again. Okay. Meteor Strike Scroll. Sheep recipe. Recipe describing how to forge Were Sheep armor. Keep your finest sheep's wool from me, will you, father? I'll show you. I'll show you all. Were Sheep recipe. Take a lock of the finest seasonal undead ewe's wool, and this page is ripped, and you cannot discern the missing text. To increase your resistance to all things unfair. Oh, we got a log entry. We found a recipe for making were-sheep armor. We need to fire were-sheep wool within an elemental forge. Well, okay. Slaves and masters. We found a recipe describing how to brew an elixir of courage. Oh, okay. Did we really? That's new on me, but I think... Okay, so we have a recipe. Sheep's armor. I guess it's this then? Latest research. Whoever wrote upon this parchment appears to have grown more daring by the act of writing. Faint, delicate strokes become larger and bolder as the tale continues. Ha! The potion is complete, and not a moment too soon. I fear the monster is growing bolder by the minute, and soon she may be nigh unstoppable. I assume that means the big ass spider outside. She lingers in the shadows, eyeing me eightfold, sizing up my succulent flesh and salivating. My life is a waking nightmare. As ever vigilant I am, as ever vigilant I remain, lest she appear where I least expect her, poised for the attack. But one sip of this elixir of courage will fortify my every limb and nerve. I'll poise my mighty heel of justice upon her minuscule but abominable frame, and in one stomp of my mighty boot, the arachnid threat will be neutralized. Free will. Meridino be of her reign of terror. Free will. Meridina be of her reign of terror. That's an oddly worded sentence. Free at last. I must remember this most complex formula, the fruition of night upon desperate night of experimentation, in case one of her 1,000 sisters determines to take up her abandoned throne in the corner behind the commode. The elixir of courage. Combine 1 apple and 1 pumpkin. So, I guess he's just scared of spiders in general. Huh. 1 apple and 1 pumpkin. Filter of the fearless imp. This potion will turn even the most lily-livered imp into a valiant hero. Well, how about that? And we didn't get a recipe. It didn't pop up as a recipe. It's weird. Okay. Alright, so now we have all of this stuff here. The witch and the beast. Yes, I'm gonna crack these open. We will go buy this. Alright, do we have any of those? Yeah, let's do that one. Meridino's Stormy Nights. Nothing gave the young Meridino quite such a fright as a thunderstorm. Well, maybe spiders? The booming, the banging, the flashing, the fury. It was enough to drive any lad utterly mad. Fortunately for Meridino, he was in excellent company, for his father's dogs felt the exact same way. To prevent the whole brood from nervously chewing their own paws to the bone, Canine and Youth were confined to a deep, dark cellar during times of storm. The dogs calmed, and young Meridino with them. There they remained, snug as bunnies, until the storm passed. Okay. Stormy nights. Mirandino's devouring greed. Mirandino had had it. Mirandino had had enough. His mother had been baking sweet after delicate sweet from morning till noon, yet she had expressly prohibited him from trying even the tiniest crumb of her creations. She'd holler and holler as he cried, but only the words "not for you" and "terrible" and "must promise me" reached his ears between his banshee-like wails. Imagine it, the boot of the matriarch pressed so firmly upon his neck, and those sweets just lying about, untouched by his appreciative lips. But Mirandino was no tyrant's thrall. No, no. He devised a plan to steal into the kitchen while the she-devil of the kitchen went to the outhouse to relieve herself. In less than an hour, she had dashed out, and Mirandino had dashed in, stealthily as a gorilla, determined to take what had been denied to him. Mirandino had already shoved the fourth little pastry into his mouth when the despot returned. She screamed out and rushed over to our young revolutionary, and without ado began beating him about the back. Amid his pastry-addled cries, Mirandino could only make out such meaningless phrases as rat poison and dead by morning. Let her have her little cookies, decided Mirandino later that evening, after having been forced to swallow no small amount of charcoal by way of punishment. They tasted terrible anyway. Fucking Mirandino. Alright. Alright, we have Mirandino's heavy rains. After a particularly vivid dream, Mirandino was struck by an unshakable idea. His lair ought to be tucked deep into the earth, away from prying eyes and bothersome vagrants. And so he set out with his shovel, prepared to dig himself a palace worthy of one Mirandino to the power of 10. And so he set out with his shovel, prepared to dig himself a palace worthy of one Mirandino to the power of 10. He would sit, he imagined, sultan-like among his earthly pillars, and muddy servants in his hidden mansion, sky dwellers. He scoffed he. What do they know of my ways? Late into the night did Mirandino dig, but troubled brood high up in the much maligned sky above Mirandino. First, a droplet landed directly in Mirandino's proud, unshifting eye. In the span of a single blink, Mirandino's fortress to be was under attack by a million ceaseless, dewy soldiers. The great hole he had intended as the foyer quickly filled with a swirling miasma of water, mud, and failure. Mirandino trudged back to his father's house, disillusioned by the sky's ill intentions. He would have his revenge, this he swore. Okay. I wish there was an icon that showed you which one was open at the time. Mirandino's cold bones. It had been nearly 3 months since Mirandino had been seen. It had been nearly 3 months since Mirandino had seen green. Day after day he gazed from the windows of his father's home, waiting for the torrent of snow to cease. After many weeks of cold, Mirandino grew impatient. Who was the winter to decide how long to stay and when to go? Shouldn't a wiser fellow, say Mirandino himself, for instance, make such an important decision? It was settled. Mirandino would clear winter from the land, and its denizens would laud him as a hero. He swathed himself in furs and, broom in hand, set to the task of sweeping every last snowflake into the bin. He worked for many long hours, but whatever progress he made would be quickly reversed by a constant gentle powdering from above. Mirandino wailed. Mirandino stamped. He glared into the gray-white sky above him, lifted a finger straight into the colorless mass and swore, "You will pay for this." Okay. Meridino and the Matchbox. Actually, let's do this one first. The Witch and the Beast. The Witch and the Beast. Deep in the forest there lived a witch called Yar Germain. Her beauty and intelligence were unmatched in the realm, and at the age of 32, Yar Germain decided to spend the rest of her life in solitude of the forest. Legend has it that she befriended a mighty spirit who lived in the forest, and that she became his lover and gave birth to his child. Sadly, Yar Germain's newborn boy was ugly, and looked more like a beast than a man-child. His whole body was covered in brown fur, and as the boy grew up in the forest, he looked more and more like a terrifying animal. He killed innocent people who ventured too near to Yar Germain's hut, and so she decided to end her son's pitiful existence. Once the spirit discovered what she had done, he strangled her. Now he haunts the area around Yar Germain's hut, with the spirit of his son beside him. Alright, pissed off spirit. Meridino in the Matchbox. As a child, Meridino was fascinated by the ephemeral dance of the flame. Prohibited from tinkering with his mother's matchbox, Meridino nevertheless dreamt of the day he'd be able to master a flame of his own. When he began his studies into the arcane wizarding arts, he came upon a spell that quite fascinated him. Ignia Capul, it was called, and it promised to introduce his supple, growing mind to a world of magical fire. Meridino studied the spell long into the night. As the sun crested upon the horizon, he determined to try what he had learned. Carefully, precisely, he spoke the words on the page. A warm sensation came over him. Was it the fire of knowledge? The power of the academic flame within? No, it was his very hair, blazing and burning ever higher into the early morning. Meridino shrieked and dunked his head into his basin. He never attempted the spell again. So, a bunch of Meridino's upbringings, follies, and whatnot associated with, I guess, how he became a wizard. Anyway. So, let's leave these guys alone for now. And mosey on down to our imp fellow, who is over in this general direction. I wonder if I should talk to the other guy before I do this. Probably not, nah. I think I already did, actually. Alright. Let us go ahead and put another hard save.
No way out! No way out! Master will kill Yox! Shouldn't have done it! Shouldn't have done it! No, 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 no! Bad Yox! Bad! Oh, my friend, you'd give your only elixir of courage to a cowardly little Yox. Yox will never forget this generosity. Something's happening. I feel like climbing a tree. No, a mountain. I think my blood's turned to whiskey. I think I could slay a dragon. I think I could face Master.
Shit. We found a recipe for making were-sheep armor. We need to find were-sheep wool within it. We need a fire were-sheep wool within an elemental forge. We gave the potion to the imp, and he gained courage to escape the cave. Shit. I don't want him really going to the master though at this point. Let's see. Does he confront the master here? It looks like he is going to. Which might ruin what I wanted to do with the bloodstone part.
Oh, Master! My Master! Cold and dead! Taken before his time! Well, I'll just be on my way then.
We gave the potion to the imp, and he gained the courage to escape the cave. Frederick's bloodstone. Looks like Frederick ran out of time. He's dead, and even bloodstone can't bring him back. Alright, so... okay. Let's try this another way. We'll do that last, I guess. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Where am I going? Where am I going? Going up here. Alright, so... back to Meridino's. And we read all of the Meridino's things here. Maybe we can touch the book now?
Does anything seem different now?
It sure does. Alright, so horrific extreme spell. A light gold cup. Meridino's secret files.
Treasure!
I don't know why she's picking all these up.
Ah, what have we here?
It's got to be the bloodstone Frederick is so desperate for.
Okay. So, if this was the bloodstone, then why did the other one count? The other one shouldn't have counted for it. The other bloodstone that I got from the Gava village should not have counted towards that quest, but it did.
Ah,
Just fucking do it, thank you.
as good as a new penny. Bless the seven, I am restored. Into the fray once more.
Well, can I craft another one of those just for the... Let's send that to Roderick. Maybe we can make use of two of them somehow. Meridina's secret files, written in a pompously ornate hand. This book is teeming with a gentle current of eager magic. Let's look at this first. We found the bloodstone Frederick wanted. They will sing Meridino's praises for 1,000 generations. I have learned how to enter the cave of Gungir, the Troll King, and have imbued this very tome with the necessary spell In the future, I need only bring this book to the ray of light that pierces the magic mushroom ring. And Grungir's treasure will transform from granite to gorgeous gold. Oh, okay, so there was a ring outside the cave, and I picked up all the mushrooms. So, all right, so that's how we get to that. All right. Now I suppose we're going to get attacked here as we step out of here. Actually, let's go ahead and pop on this and see if there's anything else that we're missing.
How perceptive.
Okay. Nope. Alright.
Hold your tongue and listen closely. Maradino the Omniscient will lay all bare.
Oh, Maradino's ghost. Oh my god, Maradino's ghost. What'd the other guys say as he came alive here? The other thing said something when it came alive. Try that again. Alright, what did he say when she came alive?
Hold your tongue
this time
and
he didn't say
listen
it.
closely. Maradino the Omniscient will lay all bare.
Okay.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
You're the champion!
Oh, that's a shame.
You look a bit under the weather.
Under the weather.
Quick shot!
So we need to control these guys somehow here. Should I charm one? Okay, charm that one.
We harvest the benefits of fate.
I just gave lucky to her. Ah, shit, I can't get around it. Okay.
Fiery clutch.
On guard!
He's way out there.
This day we fight. This day we win.
That's right. That's right.
I need to lie down. My kingdom for a dry shirt! Truly, I need healing.
Getting hammered here, huh?
Fuck, I'm dripping.
Let's see.
This is the end for you!
Woo. That was a master spell. That thing ripped things apart, didn't it? Holy freaking shit. It frees every one of these bastards? Looks like it did.
That ought to hurt.
That ought to hurt.
Icicle of torment!
Icicle of the Torment.
Freezing volley!
Freezing Valley.
Blazing bloodlust.
Invulnerable? You some bitch. You just flat out went invulnerable. he went invulnerable, huh? I wonder if there's any way to undo that. I wonder if that means I can't touch him at all. Alright, Roger's gonna do one of these moves. Let's see if this makes him untouchable. Yeah. It might, I don't know. Does that make him just completely immune to everything when he's invulnerable? It does, okay. Well, that's good. That's just a temporary thing then. Alright.
Seven have mercy on your soul!
If he's invulnerable, he can't get healed either, can he?
Melodia the Dissonant, Maradino offers you one final paradox. Return to unlife.
I wonder how many lines he has in this thing. Maybe I should have tried to extend this fight more than this.
Your vitality renews me!
I feel better already!
Welcome the Forsaken, forsake me not, return to me.
Corner! Let's see you try to break them free!
Alright, so you got another one up on it. That was Meridina. Two divine pieces. Look at that. Ah, that's a crossbow. Crossbow and a bow. Oh my god, bless. That could have been so much better. Fuck me. Two divine pieces, and that's that. Oh,
Lucky find!
Disappointing. Disappointing. Secret files. We're gonna hold on to that. One strength. Well, if it weren't for the fact that it doesn't have hit points. How in the hell does it value this higher than that? I mean, the willpower alone is better than that. Makes no sense. Negative. Alright, well this will go to Bear Daughter for sure. Alright, so Divine Bow. Come on. Alright, so damage 10% crit chance. 2 dex. Alright, alright, fuck. And a 20% chance to set the stun status for 1 turn. Alright, that's going to be worth losing a single action point for. You get another 5% crit chance. We're going to be able to improve this bow again. In fact, let's see if we can improve it right fucking now. Can we do that? Let's go into crafting. Combine that with... What happens if you combine that with a bowstring? 101, 76. 101. So combining with bowstring improved the damage on it. I didn't even know that. I don't know why I just thought to do that, but that's what happens. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. So that increased the damage that way. Then we can toss this on top of it. Wow, look at that. So it gave it 2 strength, 2 dexterity on top of that. Save this. Can we combine this with... It has air damage already. What if we do this? We can pop it with water damage on top of air damage. So, okay, what if we did earth damage? 18 at 30, fire damage. 18 at 30, what if we do the shadow? Alright, so we put a... It's an air... Do an air water bow, or I can do an air earth bow. Let's go with earth since I have a bunch of those. Send that to, is that it? Is that all I can do with that? I seem to be missing something here. There they are. What happens if we put one of these on top of it? A small ruby? Nothing. Okay. So now let's take a look at this bow. I don't think I ever put the damn tormented soul on the bow to begin with. Alright, so let's save this here. What happens if I create branch bowstring dexterity bow? Let's try to create a speed bow here and compare what happens when I do that. Maximum action point bow. Come on, just do what I need you to do now, please. Speed. And two signings, put that as a bowstring. Stick you as a bowstring, stick you as there, and stick you with that, and send this over to Scarlet, and Scarlet now has, okay, so that's the old ones, that would go away, and then the legendary would compete with that, so we get more damage base-wise. We still have 4% more crit chance. 70 combined with the elemental damage, the damage is about the same. A little more on the bottom end, about the same as the top end. We get the 2 speed still. We don't get the 20% chance to hit the stun though. And it's valuing this bow damn near 3 times as much as that one. Yeah, we're gonna keep the legendary bow. We'll lose the speed, but I like having more crit chance on that. Once you get 2 more dex on top of the primary stat, which what you're doing, and you get the 20% chance to hit the stun. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and take that bow. So this is one of the few times now that I'm actually picking a bow that's not crafted to use any weapon, in fact. So that's going there, and that is taking a hike, and that's leaves that. Alright. I'll tell you what, man, dual wielding wands would be fucking tremendous here. Oh, what are we? Oh, we're way out. Okay, we need to end this episode here. Next episode, we'll figure out what to do with the bloodstone, Frederick's bloodstone, and what we're gonna do with the potion of courage or elixir of courage. All right, later, guys.